All right, since we got a couple new guys in class, guys that used to wrestle and stuff like that, I want to go over a few of the differences between like Bridges wrestling style and then Bridges kind of jiu-jitsu style, and why it's a little more important jiu-jitsu wise so we don't get hurt. Wrestling is obviously a totally different sport. They're trying not to get pinned, and in jiu-jitsu, you're just trying not to get submitted. So when they're bridging in those positions, there's only a few angles that they can bridge in and they can still kind of stay safe. Where in jiu-jitsu, if someone tries to bridge on me, I'm moving, now I'm changing the angle on that neck and then something really, really bad can happen. Okay, so you just want that a little bit. So in most wrestlers, like when they're bridging, they like to bridge on their neck. Okay, and it puts a lot of pressure. And it looks really hard. It's kind of hard, but you gotta have a strong neck. You need to crunch up your neck a little bit, get your feet under you, and you're here, right? So you're bridging on your neck. You have to be strong enough for your body to move together, but at the same time, there's a lot of strain on that neck. Where in jiu-jitsu, if I'm bridging, my feet are still coming under my butt, okay? But now instead of coming straight up, I'm using my angles, okay? Because when I come straight up, somebody's really strong forward to back or side to side, right? But in the jiu-jitsu form, I need to move into him at an angle or away from him to start making that space, right? So I'm almost gonna start that same movement with my feet, but I'm gonna transfer it up my body, up onto my shoulder. So instead of getting here and then bridging in this type of position, I'm gonna keep that position, hands in, but I'm gonna go over my shoulder here. And I'm making that space. Now that I've made that space, now I can use that hip escape motion to move, right? But I'm putting all that pressure with my feet and my shoulder. The more flexible you are, it's gonna be easier, of course, to turn, but all I need is this. When I'm warming up and when I'm actually trying to fight, my main objective is almost to get my elbow or my head all the way over there. Okay, if somebody's on top of me, I'm not gonna do this because now it opens up for arm bars and him to move around. But when I'm doing my warm up, that's how I overemphasize it. So when I come over, I get that position here, coming back down, and I'm there. And if you can see, the bridge is all legs and body movement from here, and not here. There's not a lot of places I can move, okay? So if John is on top of me, side control, and I get my position here, if I get this 45, obviously if I turn into him, I'm not gonna be able to put some pressure. I can't turn into him because he's strong. So as soon as I keep this 45-degree angle, my feet are under me, I'm on my shoulder. And I can start thinking about all the positions that I need to go, okay? If I try to do that, wrestling-wise, right? First of all, it's hard, he's got good side control, but from here, I'm coming up, and there's a lot of pressure on my neck right there. And now from here, we'll go slowly, but all he has to do is start going to a north-south position, and now he changes that angle, and he can snap my neck, okay? So those are a couple little things. The difference is, don't get me wrong, an Olympian wrestler, right? It probably won't even matter. But for us that are newer and we're not Olympian wrestlers, we have to do stuff like this to stay safe and then to continue to train every day so we don't get hurt and then we can get better. Okay, so just little things. So now we'll go into like a regular hip escape and how I do things a little bit different. Okay, so most hip escapes, I'll have you get on top right now. But so when I was taught hip escape, I was taught right foot by my butt, left leg straight. I'm in this position, and now from here, I try to get to my side, and I just move my hips out, okay? And that's it. Which technically, that does work, okay? I'm not trying to teach you guys something to just beat somebody that doesn't know anything out in the street. We have to do it against good people, we have to do it against people in here, right? So I do my bridges a little bit different on how I teach, right? So instead of just getting to the side, what I do is I get to this position, okay? And instead of just getting to this position, trying to get to the side and move my hip out, what I do is I get to my position here and I bridge first. I pretend somebody's on top of me, okay? So as somebody's on top of me here, right? My hands are inside, I'm in a good position. Now I'm gonna bridge. Now that I have that bridge, Now I can bring my foot here and I can make this room that I need with a bigger hip escape. So the way that you're originally taught, you can move your hips a couple inches, right? That's all it is. Maybe up to 6 inches. When I make that room, right, I'm bridging into him. Now from here, I can continue to go out and I can extend with my hands, making that frame, and I can make 2 to 3 feet of room to actually get my knee in or get to my knees just to come up to like a turtle position, okay? So those are the differences between like a regular basic escape, and every black belt, every red, brown belt, purple belt, and every instructor in the world has their different ways of doing it, but I've learned that's what works for me. Because if somebody has a really good side control and they're holding me down, this isn't gonna work. Just that little escape. I'm gonna have to bridge into him, make that room to come inside, okay? So really quick, I'm just gonna show here, right? So the way that I'm taught, that I was taught, foot near my butt, straighten my leg out and move my hip out. He's just gonna move his knee in, right? And I'm stuck here, and I'm just stuck, right? And that's not even with somebody good, that's just somebody who knows how to keep tight to me, right? If I can get to my position here, right, and I first make this room, hand on the shoulder, maybe on the hip, mainly just on the inside so he doesn't trap my arm and kill it, right? I'm here, now I'm gonna bridge to that 45, boom. Now from here, look at all this room I have to come out and get any position that I want, right? Or, even if I'm in this position and I get here, I can start thinking about going on my knees, getting my underhook, and going for my takedown here, okay, and getting that on. But those are really important positions to think about, and being able to move my hips. But if you're doing a wrong bridge in the beginning, it all starts with that, okay? So we'll work that hip escape, starting with a good bridge, and then we can move on.